In Europe, between Belgium, France and Germany, there's a small country which on many parameters is considered the world's most successful economic nation. Luxembourg's GDP per capita is $133,000, which is almost double that of America according to the latest data from the IMF. And this is the highest in the world. GDP per capita means the economic output of a country divided per person. That is, how much each person contributes to the economy, which means in this country almost every person is very rich. Till the 19th century, this country was extremely poor. Around 80% of the population survived by doing farming as their only means of living.
Yet today, Luxembourg is the second highest millionaire-dense country in the world. 16% of its population are millionaires. That means 1 in every 6 people is a millionaire.
So the big question is, what exactly did this country do in the last 150 years that turned it into the richest nation in the world today? Can other countries also use the same techniques to become a developed nation? And what makes it most unique economy? Let's find out. This country doesn't have massive industries, nor does it sit on huge natural resources like the Middle East. Most people here do normal 9-to-5 jobs, and yet the GDP per capita is 60 times more than India's. How is that even possible? The answer lies in their carefully chosen, highly profitable industries. Luxembourg is a tiny nation, home to just 640,000 people, so unlike other rich countries, it doesn't rely on a wide range of industries. Instead, it focuses mainly on just 3 powerful sectors: banking, steel production, and tourism. But hold on, these same industries exist in almost every country. So what's so unique about how Luxembourg does it? The biggest chunk of this country's GDP comes from banking services. 1929 to 2010, Luxembourg was a tax haven, just like Switzerland. The super rich from all over the world used to hide their black money here, and through this, Luxembourg earned a fortune, just like the Swiss banks. Many historians believe that the real reason behind Luxembourg's economic success is the Tax Avoidance Act, passed in 1929. But because it is a member of the European Union, things changed. In 2009, under the G20 agreement, Luxembourg was put on the grey list for its unethical banking practices, and this hit their economy hard. Then, in 2010, the government made a complete overhaul of its tax laws, and today, Luxembourg is a transparent and clean banking country.
But even after all that, Luxembourg didn't let its banking industry fall. Instead, it completely evolved and upgraded itself. Today, for rich individuals and global companies, Luxembourg is even more attractive than Switzerland, thanks to its world-class financial services. The first big reason, Luxembourg is a member of the European Union, a powerful economic and political union of 27 countries. This gives companies within the European Union the freedom to do free trade across 27 nations, get easy access to loans, and enjoy several exclusive benefits, like legal and tax advantages. That's why, when a businessman or company sets up their headquarters in Luxembourg, they unlock special services and privileges which no other country can offer, not even Switzerland, since it's not part of the EU. Multinational companies from all over the world that want to do business in Europe first open their accounts in Luxembourg's banks and then carry out billions of dollars worth of transactions across Europe. Every year, Luxembourg's banks manage assets that are 12 times larger than the country's entire GDP. Here, businesses from all industries and in every major language receive top-tier financial services, provided by some of the most experienced bankers in the world. Even the European Union's investment bank, which provides loans to companies across Europe, has its headquarters in Luxembourg. In this tiny nation, there are 155 different banks, which collectively provide high-paying jobs to over 27,000 people. One of the biggest turning points in Luxembourg's economic history came in 1876, when steel processing technology was first introduced here. Around the same time, a low-quality iron ore called minette was discovered in the region. This triggered a boom, and soon, steel industries started popping up everywhere, transforming Luxembourg into one of the world's major steel producers. But by the 1970s and 80s, the industry began to decline. New steel producers emerged in other countries, and rising energy costs made it harder for Luxembourg to compete. Yet, instead of vanishing, the country shifted gears. Today, only high-value steel is manufactured here by Arcelor, Now, Arcelor is the world's second largest steel producer, and an astonishing 10% of the world's entire steel output still comes from this tiny nation. Tourism contributes 8.3% to Luxembourg's GDP. Around 25,000 people work in this industry, which is 11.7% of total employment. Every year, tourists visiting Luxembourg are 1.5 times the country's population. That's about 900,000 visitors annually. Because of its stunning natural beauty, Luxembourg is often called the Green Heart of Europe. Now, look at taxes. In America, corporate income tax is 21%, but in Luxembourg, it's just 15 to 17%. That's why global giants like Google and Amazon have their European headquarters right here. Though there aren't many billionaires living in Luxembourg, but most world's billionaires trust this country to keep their money safe because of low corporate income tax and no capital gain tax. In fact, Luxembourg's banks manage over $4 trillion worth of billionaire assets. According to OECD statistics, people in Luxembourg earn an average of $75,000 per year, and this is more than what people earn in America or other European countries. As per Eurostat, Luxembourgers are officially the richest people in the entire European Union. The reason? The country has highly profitable industries, which allows companies to pay higher salaries to their workers. But there's a catch. Luxembourg is also one of the most expensive places to live. That's why only the rich can afford to live here. But wait, banking and steel industries exist in many countries. So how is Luxembourg's GDP per capita almost double that of America? Well, here comes the twist. GDP per capita means a country's total economic output divided by its population. Now, in Luxembourg, salaries are very high, but the employable population is very small, while job opportunities are massive. That's why every single day, around 200,000 people, about 46% of the country's entire workforce, come from neighboring countries to work in Luxembourg and return home after their jobs. Their economic contribution is counted in Luxembourg's GDP, but since they are not citizen of that country, they're not counted in the population. So technically, if we include them in the per capita calculation, Luxembourg's GDP per capita would drop to around $100,000, which is still incredibly high. There's no other country in the world where almost half the workforce comes from outside the borders every day. In fact, the main source of Luxembourg's massive wealth is the tax collected from its people. And here's the twist. While corporate tax is low to attract companies, income tax for individuals is actually much higher than in most other countries. Luxembourg is the first country in the world where buses, trains, and all public transport are completely free for everyone across the entire nation. In short, it's the combination of profitable industries and a small population that makes Luxembourg's GDP per capita the highest in the world. On which topic you want to see next video? Comment below. If you like our video, then please subscribe our channel and don't forget to like, share this video.